Time now for Capital Ideas, where we bring you face to face with a prospective investor. This week on the show, we've got a company that's been in the game for over 4 decades and are the ones behind companies that you must have heard of, like Yatra and Sulekha. Prashant Rajkhowa brings us all there is to know about Norwest Venture Partners.
In a hot, dusty side street in a suburb of Mumbai, a small neighborhood shop that sells the usual assortment of random goods. Poor quality movies, cheap Chinese imports, pirated merchandise, garish jewelry, and by virtue of this laptop, a service kiosk to purchase everything from movie tickets to air tickets, life insurance, phone refills, and everything in between. This is Suvidhaa, an e-service aggregator that has virtually upgraded every small corner store in the country by offering them the opportunity to earn upwards of 10,000 rupees a month by being a Suvidhaa retailer, one of more than 13,000 across the country, something that Norwest Venture Partners was instrumental in by providing the investment injection needed to scale up nationwide.
The partners like Ms. Haque and Niren and all these carry a very big legacy from there. So their experience and their their credibility, their experience, their working in the industry, their references has been very marvelous. And then when we had a choice, we definitely preferred MVP as compared to any other fund which was available at our disposal at that point of time.
For Norwest Venture Partners, Suvidhaa was a perfect fit. The firm invests between 15 million and 35 million and even up to $75 million for growth opportunities. As for any investment firm, the number one focus is on the management team, as well as business model and some revenue traction.
We don't want to really see a growth rate of, X and Y%. This just needs to be a J curve, right? And that's the only way you can actually exit. You can start and exit a company in like 7-8 years. If it's going to be linear returns, if you do the math, typically take you 15-20 years. And lots of those companies are successful. I'm just not sure they kind of work well in the VC time frame.
Another key investment for NVP was Sulekha, the famous online networking and community site for Indians around the world. Sulekha could well claim to be the forerunner of today's social networking communities, and NVP can be proud of spotting the potential way before anyone else.
The most important value would add is the support and advice and counsel of someone like Pramod himself, and the value and the prestige somebody like NVP adds to the company would be the most important value that we would see.
We said, these are product offerings that have been successful in the US, and they had also been those kinds of product offerings had also been successful in China. And our basic thesis was that over a period of time, these product offerings will also be successful in India.
And NVP are as candid off camera as they are on it about their sectors of interest. In India, they keep a close watch on sectors like technology, financial services, infrastructure, consumer, media, telecom, retail, education and healthcare, and make investments at different stages of the company's life cycle, so long as you have what it takes.
We want people to have learned on someone else's nickel before, people that have experience, therefore, having worked in a smaller startup. We want people that have experience in the domain that they're going to be working in. That's very extremely important. It's very difficult to train someone from one industry into another industry because the best practices don't transfer. Then the other thing we look for is someone that has experience both in a larger company setting and a smaller company setting, so that they understand what it takes to transition from a small to a large. And then the fourth thing we look for are folks that understand that they don't have all the answers, that they're going to have to collaborate with their venture capitalists and collaboratively figure out what to do as the company develops.
So if you think your company could potentially be counted amongst NVP's stable of biggies, then this is the man you need to impress. Niren Shah, available at nshah@nvp.com.
Last week, Guy Kawasaki mentioned the 10-20-30 rule of pitching, and it's probably better to use that when you decide to approach NVP.